Hello folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, OC Interiors. Shades are on, washing is drying currently. Sat in the garden having a very beautiful time. It's lovely weather, and so I thought I would talk to you about one of the ways that I got into dealing in antiques. So when I first left the police, which was back in 2022, I was struggling for work, couldn't really work out what I wanted to do. PTSD and various other things meant that I was sort of struggling at the time. And I was watching YouTube clips, one in particular from the very famous antiques expert, David Harper. David, I doubt very much you're going to see this, but if you do, hello, and thank you for your guidance. Essentially, David Harper was talking about buying and selling Matchbox and other die-cast vehicles. And essentially, it is quite a good way and quite an easy way to make a decent amount of money, provided you're prepared to put the hours in when it comes to photography and research. So I will drop in some photographs throughout this video as we go on. But essentially, the main thing to do with this sort of thing is to know your product. If you're going to go out and you're going to buy Matchbox, Dinky, Corgi, that sort of thing, it's important to know where the rarities are. There might be one or two vehicles in a job lot in an auction, and it's about noticing them and knowing what they are. The second thing is, it's not a major thing, but a lot of people seem to assume that it has to be in the box. That isn't really the case. A lot of these vehicles were sold in very low numbers. There aren't that many of them around, and so condition is important, obviously, but having the box is not that much of an issue. So take, for example, recently I picked up a Hot Wheels vehicle, part of what they call Redline Hot Wheels. I might get the chance in a future video to show one. I haven't got one in stock at the moment, but essentially the tiny little wheels that come on a Hot Wheels car, the early ones have a very thin red line around the inside of the around the tyre, just outside the rim of the wheel. That is a very easy way of identifying whether something is rare or otherwise. Early Hot Wheels cars, loose, no packaging, paint missing, possibly even wheels missing, windscreens cracked, that sort of thing. You're still looking at, I'd say, probably 15 to 20 pounds for some of the models. Some of them slightly less, some slightly more. If you've got one that is mint, that is pristine, do not worry if you haven't got the packaging, because they are still rare. And I sold one not too long ago now for the princely sum of £70. Now, it didn't have the box, some of the paint was missing, it wasn't in particularly good condition, but they are rare, and Hot Wheels collectors will buy them from you. The second part of this video is going to be around where to get them and how to sell them. So particularly, I used to use the Sale Room or Easy Live auctions. You'll find that a lot of auction houses use just those two. There is also another site called Barnaby's, which puts them all together in one go. The main thing to do is to make sure that you buy them in bulk. There's no point in buying one or two in a charity shop unless they're 10 pence each or something like that. You need to buy them in job lots. We're talking 50, 100, 200 cars, because it makes the overall amount that you need to get for each one back a lot lower. Particularly if you've spotted in one of these job lots a particularly rare car, something really unusual or unique, then it helps if your overheads consist of each car only costing you 50p or even less than that sometimes. The other thing is, if you're going to sell them, you obviously buy them in job lots and you then list them individually on eBay. You can use Google Lens and that sort of thing, which is a system that I've talked about in the past, or products I've talked about in the past, and you can pick out individual cars in a job lot and it will tell you roughly what it thinks it is, and you can then use that to work out how much you should spend. On a job lot of 100 cars, I wouldn't spend any more than, say, 50 quid or something like that. It's 50 quid plus commission, buyer's premium, that sort of thing, which we'll come on to in a second. But the money is there, okay? There are certain vehicles within the Matchbox world, Corgi, Dinky, that sort of thing, that are very rare. Some of the, I believe they're either Corgi or Dinky, I can't remember because I haven't sold one for a long time, but part of the, I think it's pronounced Shado, S-H-A-D-O. Some of those vehicles, I've sold one on its own, no packaging, and it's sold for just shy of £200. And that was paint missing. It just happened to be a particularly rare model. I did the research, I spotted it in the lot. I paid £70 or something for the entire lot of cars, and that one in particular had already made me a profit. Now, when you list on eBay, please make sure that you're accurate with your description. There are hundreds of cars sold on eBay in terms of Matchbox and Corgi and the like, so check your sold and completed listings. When they come up, that will tell you exactly the kind of price you need to be aiming for. Don't try and put a ridiculous price on or something like that. Keep it realistic, because there's going to be more than one of your vehicle unless it's something really rare. If it is something really rare, then I would suggest that you go and speak to an auction house. They would be able to sell it for you. Now then, that sort of brings us on nicely to commission and buyer's premium. Pretty much all auction houses, I can't think of a single one that doesn't, it wouldn't be a very good business if not, take money from the sale of an item. So they make commission based on somebody bringing something in saying, could you sell this? They will take commission on the final lot. They also take buyer's premium. You need to check exactly how much that is, particularly if that item is coming from a distance and you're going to need to pay for shipping. If it happens to be in a local auction, go and pick it up yourself, because then you're only paying for buyer's premium and you save yourself on the shipping. The shipping sometimes can be extremely expensive. These cars are typically, the older ones are made of metal, and so therefore they're going to weigh a lot if you're buying 100 of them. Okay. As a final thing, just as a sort of a bit of a sweetener, I suppose, if you come across just simple tips and tricks, check the bottoms of the vehicles. The underside of them will tell you exactly when they were made, or specifically who they were made by. Matchbox vehicles produced in England are worth a lot more than any produced overseas, China, Hong Kong, Thailand, that sort of thing. If you see anything Matchbox-wise that is just looks odd, reverse colours, that sort of thing, so green when other ones online are yellow, it could be a prototype, it might be that somebody's repainted it. They're not worth as much. And other than saying best of luck to you, if this is something you decide to do, something worth taking a look out for is have a look at the top 10 or top 20 most expensive toy cars sold. They really will blow your mind. And if you don't want to try and search that out, look up Hot Wheels Beach Bomb prototype. I think you'll be amazed at what kind of price they go for. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry to drone on for almost 10 minutes, and I will see you in the next one.